Hello and welcome, guys. We are here once more, one further day, second day to be exact, of the playoffs for the RaidCall EMS 1, and I'm glad that you're watching. We have Team Liquid going up against Kaipi tonight. It's the first game of 3, so let's get ready for some amazing Dota action. And what else to say? Yesterday, both Mouse Sports and unfortunately can't remember the other team. I will find out for you though. Advance. So every day it's essentially 2 teams advancing. So we have in the group tonight Team Liquid, Navi, Kaipi, and Absolute Legends. And the first game then, of course, Team Liquid versus Kaipi. And we have one interesting, controversial person standing in for Kaipi, and I don't want to withhold that information from you any longer. So I'll put you into the draft right now and let you know who it is. As you can see, it is freaking Eternal Envy right now standing in for Kaipi. And that is amazing. So, all you guys currently watching, thank you so much for doing so. Toby right now is casting AL versus Navi, so that should also be a great matchup. But over here, Kaipi versus Liquid should also prove to be an amazing game, especially with Envy standing in, and Kaipi showing some tremendous performances as of late, being very strong overall. I'm liking their minimap movement a lot. It's very professional. Unlike what you would expect from a team that is considered to be second tier, you know, like that's no offense at all at the players. They're all really cool and nice people, but it's just common opinion, I think, that Kaipi right now are still a little bit behind the top tier teams such as Navi or even Team Liquid. But with Envy standing in and with their recent strong performance, I think they're going to give Team Liquid a very hard time. And I am quite convinced that Kaipi have a serious shot of taking this game from Team Liquid, because you got to keep in mind this all best of ones, and that generally favors the underdogs, because it's time for pocket strats, stuff like that. It's decided which team moves on to the playoffs. So each team that wins 2 games tonight will actually advance into the grand finals. And then later on tonight, 21 CET, we have the big bang game coming up, Navi versus Team Liquid. You'll find that game being cast by Kawa and Toby at 21 CT, as I said, but that one should be pretty strong, pretty amazing. And it will be even better if both Liquid and Navi lose a game before they meet each other, because that would mean that the winner of that actually advances to the LAN finals, which would again increase the odds of seeing a pocket strat, or just overall the amount of effort that each team puts in. So very much looking forward to that.
10 seconds remaining.
So first ban phase is over. We got Gyro and Cardle being banned out from Kaipi. Team Liquid, they take out Nyx and Wisp, and that leaves in the pool our Bat Rider. So Magnus also still in the pool, so is Darkseer. Perhaps both those heroes will be picked up by Team Liquid right now, as they synergize quite well together. Da-dum. Soup cannot in chat already knew for some reason that Envy was going to play for Kaipi. You got some inside info going on in there. And I'm also interested to find out what role he's playing. We got some people calling that he will be playing the hard carry role. That'll be interesting to see, to say the least. But usually we see Envy on the support role. And he's been criticized, you know. I mean, within the professional scene, it seems to be the opinion that Envy as a player isn't that individually skilled. And I mean, I personally, I don't have my own individual skill on a high enough level so that I'd be able to judge. You know, as a caster, you have 10 players that you're watching at all times, and it all comes down to the team synergy overall. And I gotta say, Envy's positioning and his behavior in team fights hasn't been something that stands out, like, for example, Kuroki's Rubik or Dendi, on whichever freaking hero he ends up playing, but nothing where I would, you know, I never noticed any big mistakes or continuous bad plays from Envy until I actually heard that pro players are criticizing him for his low skill level, in quotations, because I don't think so. But then again, I don't know, but it's just something to watch out for. Now, moving along in the draft, Team Liquid, they actually picked up Darkseer and Rubik, so Magnus still on the sidelines, whereas Kaipi decided to pick up the Phantom Lancer. Again, next to Cardle, probably the most controversial hero in the pool. Whereas I personally have gotten into a big liking of Rubik. I mean, not only is Kuroki all over the media ether inside the internet right now when it comes to Dota 2, because his Rubik is insane, but also he's got a sick new item set. It looks amazing. And if you think about it, Rubik is a freaking awesome hero. I mean, you get to steal any spell that you want. You gotta let that sink in. You can steal any spell that you want with Rubik if you just play your cards right. And we had the interview with Beediz from Evil Geniuses, which I personally found extremely interesting to read. And he was talking about the underappreciation of the support role. And most of the time we do see Rubik played as support. We see a solo mid Rubik, very rarely, if even ever. But I think Rubik is a perfect example. When you really want to perfect your support play, I think you should play Rubik. Especially if you do like 5-on-5s and little CMs, or you participate in smaller cups. Try to improve your Rubik. It is one of those heroes where you always have to stay, as Beta said, stay disciplined. Don't go into a team fight before it starts thinking you're some type of hard carrier or a tank or an initiator, and then die right off the bat. The high value of a support is your positioning, that where to calculate the position of the team fight, on average, and then be there with the clutch disables, dish out that nuke damage with your Fate Bolt, and then just keep your eyes open for stealing that clutch teamfight spell that might turn the tide in favor of your team. But in order for you to even have that possibility, the opportunity to be capable of stealing that one spell that's so important, be it a Black Hole, be it an RP, be it a Ravage, something like that, even a Chen Heal, for example, you need to not be focused. You need to be free outside, but still inside the range
10 seconds remaining.
of your spell steal. So we all know that play of the all times when Dendi was able to force staff out of IG's Ravage during the International 2, turn around, steal the Ravage, move back in, and then counter initiate onto IG, winning Na'Vi that team fight, of course, coupled up with the quick reaction from all his teammates, such as Light of Heaven's BKB usage on Enigma and stuff like that. That was an amazing play. But all I'm trying to say is, if you personally want to improve your support play, then I would suggest trying to do with the Rubik. But moving on, Team Liquid third picked up the Magnus. We are very well underway inside the second ban phase, and Team Liquid's lineup right now would favor very hard carries such as that anti-mage. And I think one big argument for banning out the AM is the fact that both big teamfight ultimates from Team Liquid are centered around the manipulation of the enemy position. So both those skills, Vacuum as well as RP, pull enemies onto one tight spot. AM's ultimate does AoE damage, so you don't want to mess with that. You ban him out, because not only is he a hard carry, which is a role that Team Liquid is lacking, but he also has a very strong AoE ultimate that wrecks you. Now, Lone Druid also banned out from Kaipi as well as Enchantress, so they're worried also about the pushing potential, and then another hard carry who is overall very tanky and strong at pushing the towers, because you can always commit the bear and feel safe and just stand behind there. And if you have a big bear standing at your tier 3 tower, for example, going up the high ground, up the ramp, and attacking your tower, and you're forced to move, then Team Liquid with the Darkseer, the Rubik, and the Magnus, they have the perfect team composition to take care of that. So I'm liking that ban from Kaipi so far. Over on Team Liquid's side, though, as for the second bans, we got Queen of Pain and Leshrac taken out. Leshrac very much in sync with Shadow Demon. They synchronize, or they benefit from each other's skill set quite a bit, mainly due to the disruption setup for the stun. That dual role combination is probably one of the strongest ones in the game, alongside Shadow Demon and Lina. So Kaipi can still pick up the Lina if they want to right now. Would still be a very, very potent pickup for Kaipi. But they have the Initiator, Batrider, arguably one of the strongest one-on-one heroes in the game. Probably the strongest one-on-one hero in the game right now. And then we got the Phantom Lancer, very controversial, enough said. And then the Shadow Demon, with Rubik, probably the strongest support there is. So Lina, I think, will be a perfect pickup right now for safe or even aggressive tri-laning the Phantom Lancer. Then you have your Batrider inside the solo mid, and then you safe lane whoever you want, whoever the frick you want. It doesn't even matter. You can put an Alchemist on the safe lane solo, and you can be relatively sure that you'll be doing okay, because Team Liquid, they have the Rubik on the support, they got the Magnus for either the mid or the long lane solo, and then the Darkseer. But all three heroes don't have that much of an impact early to mid game. Early game. Mid game, no, they have a lot more. Alright, Brewmaster, that's interesting. So they might actually decide to throw him into the middle lane, Bat right on the long lane. Or safe lane for that matter. And then last pick a support. Again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And any thoughts that are going through your minds, you know, right now, imagine that everyone in the chat right now, all you guys are my co-casters. Just imagine that, and then just write down the stuff. I'm starting to get very, you know, I'm instinctively saying bad words, and I shouldn't do that. But think of all the shit that is going through your mind as you watch the draft, especially during the draft, because we got 2 more games coming up tonight. And the draft is a time where I myself, I'm hogging the microphone as I don't have a co-caster. I just talk and talk and talk. But I look on the chat a lot of the times and want to hear your input about what you guys think about the draft in general. So let me know what you think. Even throughout the game, I will always watch the chat and keep my eyes on that and try to interact with you as much as possible. Big shout out to all you guys that have been tuning in so frequently. Miley Cyrus fan 298. I don't know what the frick's going on with your username, but you're there very often watching and supporting me, so thank you very much. And also all the rest of you. Now Tiny is actually the 4th pick from Team Liquid. That's a very interesting pick. And then Bane gets picked up from Kaipi, which leaves the last pick from Team Liquid as a Nature's Prophet. So let's actually finish this analysis here. So we do have a tri-lane on Kaipi, 90%. 100% we got a tri-lane out of Kaipi. Then on Team Liquid, we will have Boba on the Nature's Prophet. And if you watched the last episode of Much Ado About Dota with him, then you will, you know, it's Nature's Prophet, a great hero. Actually, no, that wasn't Much Ado About Dota. That was freaking Bruno interviewing Boba after his game on the Good Studios versus the Q-Pad Red Pandas. And they were talking about why Nature's Prophet has risen in popularity so freaking much in the past few weeks. And you know, it's always been a powerful hero, guys. Think back to the International 1. He was first pick banned material back then, and he wasn't tampered with that much, if even at all, throughout that entire period. I'm not that type of a changelog nerd that I know whether or not he has been buffed or nerfed at all over the course of the last 2 years. But that doesn't mean I don't watch changelogs at all. I love reading the changelogs, but nothing comes to mind when I think about Nature's Prophet in the last 2 years, honestly. And I read all the changelogs, and I discuss them with my friends, and I talk about them a lot, so I guess I am a changelog nerd, but nothing comes from Nature's Prophet. But he has been tampered with a lot, if even at all, within the past 5 years, and it's powerful. I mean, you gotta give props to the ability of being able to TP anywhere on the map that you want, and the capability of just scouting with your Treons, pushing. Then you have your ulti for counter pushing. You have Sprout, which is a sick, not a disable, but it immobilizes your enemy unless he has tangos or a quelling blade or something else like a power shot or a telekinesis drop down to slow things or to destroy the trees off. But it is a strong hero, and it's actually Fluff playing it. So I just realized that what is Boba playing? He's playing the Darkseer, so we might see some interesting variation. Boba heading toward the long lane on the Darkseer. So he's getting ready for just doing what a Darkseer does best, which is soloing the long lane. TC on the bottom on Tiny. So if in case you didn't notice, there was a smooth... Oh, again, I smike you with that. Dude, I gotta say, Rubik, that item set cost 750, I think. 750 euros, and I bought it because it looks so sick. I think this item set is one of the most beautiful item sets I've ever seen, because I think Rubik looks a lot more like Rubik with that item set. I don't know what it is. It's like this neck thing and the mask and the hood and the thing on his back. It essentially, I think that item set is what Rubik should have looked like when he was implemented into the game. But that's just my personal opinion, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and that's why I bought the whole item set. But we're already inside the landing phase. Pylai die in the middle lane on Shadow Demon, hanging just outside this tower attack range, keeping Korok away, so Korok cannot move into the river down here. While we got A 30-12 just farming away. He's got 3 last hits and 2 denies. He's denying off his own range creep, but he missed that last hit here. Korok coming in. Ix Mike also rotated in on his Rubik out toward the top lane. We got Boba karate chopping a Bane I don't know if that's a good idea. He's got Brain Sap and stuff, guys. Bulba, that Stout Shield doing some good work for him, but in the end he, you know, he draws the shorter end of the stick in that physical exchange. So Bulba got to hang back, but he will become online. Oh, and we got Envy on Phantom Lancer, guys. We have Envy on Phantom Lancer, so let's once more go over the lineups, or let's continue going over the lineups. We got Bone 7 on the Bat Rider. He is indeed jungling it up, which is very interesting. So he was meant to be the long lane solo. Instead, he's deciding to go jungle it up. In the middle lane, of course, we got Arise 3012 on the Brewmaster. And we see that time and time again. And you got to give it up to Team Liquid, switching up their movements so far. Because we see Rubik more concerned with pulling the creeps than babysitting his hard carry, because they realize that the enemy long lane solo isn't even on lane. So it is always better to even go for those single pulls, because overall, for experience and gold for your support, it is better to just continuously pull the single ones. And if you can combine up with this pull that the Rubik is setting up right now, then that's even better for you. But if you're all by yourself, you gotta continuously do the single pulls. You know, in public games, you always see people flaming and talking about, you know, by the way, this worked out nicely from Ike's Mike, mustache power for the win here. And you know, in public games, you always see people flaming each other, or supports for not stacking. Stacking creep counts before pulling in 9 out of 10 cases is amazing, but if you have the enemy long lane solo abandoning lane and jungling instead, then you don't always have to stack. Just single pull. It's fine. Dalowich! I hope I pronounce your name here correctly, or is it Dalowick? I'm not so sure. Inside the chat. 4 rares on Team Liquid for the Na'Vi game. So wanted to see some strong Team Liquid plays. So holy crap, you got some balls. Good luck on that bet, man. Na'Vi on fire right now. Envy, 18 for 9. Behind TC in last hits. But Ori has the Tranquil boots up. Bat right in the jungle. Not in the jungle anymore, now picks up the Tranquils. And a TP scroll. So Bone 7 doing okay inside the jungle. How is he's sitting at 16 last hits, whereas Fluff is sitting at 15. So they're doing even. Yes, they are pretty much even. TC on bot, leader of the scoreboard. Right now underneath his own Tito on tower. But the laning phase so far, pretty much a very tame early game. Miley Cyrus fan also bought up that Rubik set. Yep, it is pretty beautiful. So as you can see on the minimap, also we have, you know, the room control being attempted here by Arise, but he was unlucky as he doesn't have any wards, any support in terms of the wards. Invis room picked up by Shadow Demon, but he dispelled it somehow. I'm not even sure how he did that. We don't have a single kill inside the game just yet, but if we look at the gold graph, and that tells us that Kaipi is ahead on gold right now. Oh, bottom lane, we got some action going on. Barely missing the first blood here. Shadow Demon gonna go down to TC on Liquid. IX Mike and Fluff even TP'd in. Bone Round rotating down there. Maybe a little bit too late. TC turns around. The Avalanche 4 seconds off the cooldown. And already on level 6, he's skilled to grow, which is very unusual, which means Liquid want to push towers very early. Flame Break comes in, slows things down a little bit. And Bone right now, completely out of mana. And that's what I like to see. A Bartle on the Bat Rider relatively early. But that first blood now goes to Team Liquid. The tier 1 tower on bottom down to 450 HP. Bone 7 did rotate down there, but he's already back up on 1k gold, so that's quite a bit. But on the other hand, Shadow Demon is poor as hell. Tiny could even kill him right now if he wanted to. Well, at least it will be very close. But TC hanging back, being defensive. He doesn't know what kind of support might be around. Ulti used by Brewmaster. Korok just skewers himself away, but he's getting dived right now. He's eating a lot of damage. Right click's coming through. Is he going to throw him up into the air? I'm not so sure. He actually goes back. Korok. Alright. There's that disable. Now Arise needs to suck on that bottle. 15 seconds, and then he will hope that rune, whichever one it might be, will spawn on top. Good luck. Bulb on top lane, only 3 last hits. So Zizu is doing a amazing job at keeping it out of the lane. So he is sending his Ion Shell creeps in there, but they don't have they have close to no effect whatsoever, because Envy is doing a very good job denying off the creeps. He's sitting at 19 last hits. That he's doing a very good job denying those creeps. Envy, because you know the big pro argument for a Darkseer is the fact that you don't have to be there to get gold, but Envy right now proving that with discipline you can deny Darkseer a lot of farm if you just pay attention to it. And that's true too. I mean, with the Tranquil Boots, he's able to stay close to the creep wave, even with that shell. So Boba, 3 last hits still, and Envy really very meticulously denying his own creeps. Envy, good job, man. I don't think I've seen this to such a large extent ever before. 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes into the game, a Darkseer with only 3 last hits. That is almost unheard of. It's pretty big stuff. 1-1 so far. Missed a kill on Magnus. Sitting at level 6, 31 and 5. But right at level 7, so he actually gained a crap load of levels. And now even Envy overtaking Tiny in farm. And keep in mind, guys, this is best of ones. You know, that's good. That's good for Kaipi. Because on paper, Team Liquid are you know, the stronger team. And best of ones, as I said before, they favor the underdogs. But Zizou even doing a very good job. I mean, he's doing 10 last hits, and probably not a single one of those is off the lane. So he's also been doing tremendously good. Sitting at level 5. So gold and experience should be in favor of Kaipi right now. No, it's just the experience. The gold is actually in favor of Liquid. Down there, Bat Rider finally goes down. Shadow gets a retaliatory kill on Tiny. And now we got Arise going up against Fluff, but he's able to TPO just in time. Holy cow. A lot of action down here on that bottom lane, but I was more so concerned with the Darkseers. Now sitting just at level 2. I mean, look at that. At least we have Rubik on level 6. Spell Steal is up and online, and IX Mike, one of the strongest supports in the game. Trying to get himself into a nice position here, and I think Kuroki set the bar very high for Rubik play, but of course IX Mike, one of the most impressive support players in the European American scene, that's for sure. And I am very much looking forward to see what he is capable of pulling off with the Rubik. Eternal Envy up here, 66 for 30. 30 denies, 8 minutes into the game. So in the end he has 96 last hits, 8 minutes into the game. That is a crap load. Last hits, of course, now I spoke about last hits in terms of just killing creeps, regardless of whether or not they're of the enemy type or your own. Yeah, 2 people in chat already realized that I completely missed that kill on Magnus. I'm sorry. I hoped you guys wouldn't notice. I only noticed after I was so into whatever I was talking about. I'm sorry. I will, but ever since then I've been keeping my eyes on the minimap, so I'm sorry. Go no sec. A quick drink here. What is that smiley you guys are using? Some sleepy guy. I'm not sleepy. 2-2, 18 minutes into the game. Let's, by the way, check out the items. What do we have going on here? Tiny already got the Ogre Club. So what does he want? Obviously he wants that fast Aga. He wants that fast, fat tree trunk inside his rocky hands, which he can use to mash down buildings and cleave away creep waves, stuff like that. Fluff. Midas up and running, 40 last hits. So again, let's bring up that gold graph. Probably a big reason as to why the gold is sitting in favor of Team Liquid. The gold, the towers are still all up. So yeah. Now the resume comes out. Batrider is working his way toward a Blink Dagger. 1-1-37 last hits. Korok in middle lane. About 600 gold on there also. Void Zero also alongside not Hannah Montana, but Miley Cyrus fan. Thank you for tuning in so frequently. I see you guys inside the chat like every single time I cast, so thanks so much. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Where are you all from, by the way? Let me know where you guys are from. I will be interested to know that. Boba, top lane, level 3 finally. 11 lasts. Envy coming through. Bone 7 level 6. Man, he can go for his Firefly right now and take Boba. But, he's very cautious. There, I think... There was a 1 or 2 second window of opportunity for Bone to come in. But, he will get another opportunity right now, I think. If he moves down again, if he moves down again, Boba will now show himself probably. There he goes. There he goes. Bone 7 going to find him. And that's Boba in trouble. There's that ultimate now. Boba going to go down. Very good patience by the Batrider here. In the meantime, down on the bottom lane inside the jungle, Rubik. Had some action going on, but Zizu quickly piecing out. Now Korok in mid might be in trouble. Where's the disruption? There it is. Arise showing himself coming in. Korok going to skewer himself away, but he is inside the Fiend script, still disabled, and down goes Magnus inside the middle lane. So 2 kills now for Kaipi, and that is very good news for them. Bottom tier 1 now being pressured by Liquid. They still have the glyph. They might want to use it though. Blink in by Bone 7. No ulti. Don't need it. Fluff might go down. Yes, he does eventually go down. Batrider gets the last hit here. Ix Mike needs to retreat. And he still has no spell stolen. You know, when they were focusing Fluff, I think he had a window of opportunity to take a skill or steal a skill. He was probably preoccupied by just running away. Envy in the meantime, 89 last hits.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So drums, Aquila, Tranquil Boots, all up. Proceed. Epi Wiser voice sound level always so much lower than Toby's because I ain't got no professional sound equipment. I mean, I've been in Toby's studios a few times and it is ridiculously professional. It is so professional that he is super loud and I'm not. I'm sorry. So yeah. You'll probably have to crank up your overall volume a whole bunch and then turn me up all the way and Toby almost all the way down on Twitch. Ultimate, middle lane on Ix Mike, he does go down. Kaipi, taking control of the game, and I gotta say, if Tiny doesn't get that Aga up very soon and they push like hell, then they're in for trouble against Kaipi here. And that's what I was saying, I called it right off the bat. Right off the bat. That Kaipi have a good chance of taking that. And now we got people inside the chat letting me know where they are from. Thanks so much for the participation. It's lovely to see top TP coming in. So shout out to Soap and Mouth. You are from the America. So you are from the country that gives no craps about what other countries think. No, I like the States. I like you guys. Thanks for tuning in. What else do we have? We got Green Attacker from Germany, the metal fan. Blay 01 from Denmark. Welcome. Danish person. Douche player from America. Hello. Top. Toss. Korok. Ulti. Fluff coming in. Throws out his Dust of Appearance. Good disruption from Pylai. The ulti gets thrown out. Envy trying to run away, but he's gonna go down. But also now Magnus takes a fall, and now Kaipi have the advantage against Team Liquid. Bulbas hurries himself away. Is there anything to slow him down? Blink after him by Bone 7. Ix Mike, does he have the Drunken Haze? Yes, he has that storm from Arise, but that's probably not gonna help him a lot. Good flame break from Bone, but the toss from TC gets the kill on the Batrider. Ix Mike still on the runaway. The Panda's probably gonna get the kill on him. And yes, it's a 3-for-3, 4-for-3 even, in favor of Kaipi. Buyback forced out from, who was it again? It was Darkseer actually buying back. But in the end, the hard carry, Eternal Envy, died from Kaipi, even though, or despite the best efforts from our Shadow Demon. And that is why I think it's still a relatively even trade for Team Liquid. Because that's what they need. They got to keep down the Phantom Lancer. That's very important. And now, Team Liquid, they have the lineup to continuously pressure the lanes. So I was just going over where you guys are from, but then all of a sudden team fight happened, and now the chat has moved along too far, so I can't give you shoutouts anymore. Blink, ulti, Fluff in trouble, Zizu coming in, there's a brain stab ready, he sleeps IX Mike, and then Phantom Lancer gets the kill on Prophet. We got TC moving in, Toss, Avalanche combination used, but it's not enough to deal all that damage. Arise goes in, he gets a kill on Rubik, and it's 2 heroes dead for Liquid. Kaipi looking great so far. TC also goes down, only now we have 1 death from Kaipi, and Brewmaster pauses the game, but it's 3 heroes dead for Liquid. What a disaster for Liquid up on top lane. Kaipi doing amazingly well. It was a great initiation by them. They do lose the Bat Rider, but man, was that ever worth it. No! The 13th Sun coming to the chat. Whenever I see your name, man, I get so afraid. I get so afraid that my in-game mic's not on, but he said Epi, always epic. The 13th Sun currently not at home, so can't check on the Dota TV volume. You are... I hate you. Because right now, my Dota TV mic is on. People can hear me in there, man. They can hear me. I don't even need you to remind me that I gotta turn on my in-game mic. Pff. 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 Proceed from Berlin. Hey, I was in Berlin just a few weeks ago for the G League Finals. Fish and Mailed, hello Epi. Fish and Mailed 123. Badum, badum, badum. A Korok! Skewer, blink away from Arise, and man, I told you guys, I told you in the beginning that Kaipi has been performing very strongly as of late. They've been performing very good, and with Envy on their team, yeah, whatever. They're doing good. 13-6. Let's check out those graphs. Bam, gold. Shazam experience. Huzzah items. Blink, blink. Yasha. This guy gonna cancer it up relatively soon here. Team Liquid's items not anywhere close. That TC death really hurt him. That really hurt him. That was like a kidney shot to his item progression. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. DD picked up by Brew. And you know, it's like around the 15 minute mark inside a game when you realize that you really need to go to the washroom, but then you can't because there's people watching, and if you were to AFK for a while, they would hate you. Bone7 coming in, gives no shits about anything, just goes for his ultimate, but he might pay the price. He is probably going to go down. Blink in, skewer back from Korok into the ultimate. Arise might be in trouble. He does have the ulti ready. He's going to throw it out right away. He's probably going to chase after Korok. No, he's too far off. We got some random music coming in from the game itself. I don't know what's going on. 2 heroes dead for Liquid, 1 for Kaipi. I don't understand my world right now. Fluff on the run back out. IX Mike on his own tower getting beat up by 3 pandas. They just give him their fists inside his face. Blink out from Arise. The music stops, and at the end of the day, it's 2 for 2. But TC down for Liquid, and Kaipi only lose their initiator and their support. Blink in from Korok, skewer back, Arise, no ulti. Fluff is there, so is IX Mike, and they get a great initiation off from Team Liquid. Despite that ping, they're doing very, very good. There's that sprout onto Zizu. He might be in trouble. Tries to go for the TP out, and I think he will be just fine. He gets out. TP in the meantime from Bat Rider. Blink in. No ulti just yet. 30 seconds, but don't matter. Fluff goes down, and now Korok also in trouble. No skewer for another few seconds, but the blink was ready. So Bone turns around and retreats out. Now a TP back into the mid lane by TC. Is there an Agnum Scepter up on him by now? No. 400 gold is what is left. What is left required for TC to have his Agnum Scepter up. But great initiation inside the mid lane onto Brewmaster. No, they knew no ulti to save his ass. Hero levels. So as you can see, Darkseer by now actually overtook the Shadow Demon, even though he was 2 or 3 levels behind the rest later on. Korok gets ultied. Skewer gets cancelled the animation, but now he gets himself back into the tier 1 tower range. IX Mike here, so is TC. As then we have follow-up stun. Bone7 gets tossed upon. Rubik flies onto him. Good defensive disruption by Pali Die. Bone7 blinks himself out. Good save by the Shadow Demon. He's doing tremendous. And we got IX Mike on the runaway being chased by Eternal Enemy's Illusions, and Team Liquid taking a lot of punishment inside the middle lane. Still no hero dead from either side. So much pressure in the air with this lineup. And Envy looking for the easy pickoff. Gonna find Korok here. with that Invis rune. But there's 4 heroes from Team Liquid here in total. Ike's Mike will be an easy target, but his positioning on the mark. Now he comes in, gets the easy kill. Just as I mentioned, his beautiful positioning, he gets out of it. And Envy already out, keeps on farming, TP into the middle lane. Oh, the glyph is forced out. TC toss, no damage on that tier 1 tower, and Liquid got to retreat out. The gameplay from Kaipi, very impressive. TC now comes in, good RP by Korok, gives TC the time to go on for that tower. The Nightmare a little bit too late, skewered back on a Bone 7, he might be in trouble. Blinking from Arise, no ulti by him, 8 seconds left. Is he going to survive this? Ulti from Bat Rider right now, onto Bull, but he gets pulled back in. He's almost out of mana, he doesn't have anything. Oh, he does have his Soul Ring. Now got Bat Rider, gets killed by the toss. Further up north, TC gets the Nightmare outside of his channel for the TP, and he also goes down. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Kaipi. And the Shadow Blade now picked up by Fluff, but again a great trade for the Dire side, while Envy is just farming away 3.2k gold. And I gotta tell you guys, if I had like $100,000 right now given to me by some maybe rich Arab guy to bet on this game, I would put my money on Kaipi. They are ahead, clearly. 10k experience difference. Gold, 2.5, not that much to be honest. A lot less than I expected. And in terms of items, we got the Agnum Scepter on TC, Blink from Korok, we just saw that with the good Skewer Initiate. Then we got the Shadow Blade here on Fluff, recently picked up. Darkseer is trying to go for that mech, still quite a ways away as you can see from the gold here, but in the meantime, Envy, Diffusal Blade picked up. Alongside the Asha. Again, the 2 Blinks on 2 very important heroes for the team fights and initiations from Kaipi. And Zizu just tanking out with bracers, and Shadow Demon, you know, he's poor, so he can't even get anything. So the chat also have some very strong opinions about this game. And again, I'm gonna let you guys know once more, consider yourselves co-casters. Just, you know, put all your thoughts about the game and what you think into the chat, and if there's anything that I catch that I think is relevant to the discussion, I will let you know. Ike's Mike gets killed solo by PL Envy, being a boss right now. And Team Liquid moving back out. We got 3 heroes smoked from Kaipi, and now Fluff might be in trouble. It's not gonna be disabled. Ult used by Zizu, and to be honest, I think a Nightmare would have done the job. But still, he threw out the Shadow, the Fiend's Grip. 2 heroes down for Liquid, and Liquid, they're gonna have to fight very hard if they lose this to secure themselves a spot in the land finals for the RaidCall EMS 1.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Kevin's Orb of Fan. Kevin's Orb of Fan? You guys and your nicknames, I don't know how to deal with that. But he says, replace Fluff with Painted Gold. Quantic 2.0. You know what also sucks is if you're in the middle of a cast and you gotta keep on talking, which means your mouth is preoccupied, and your girlfriend brings you blueberry pancakes, freshly made, and they smell so good, and she just puts them on a plate, and she places the plate in front of you as you're casting, and you have no choice. All I can do right now is I can smell it, and I can look at it. That's it. I don't have any other options. Or do I, guys?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, top tier 2. Got Pancake Gang coming up. Arise going in. Paladin was hiding in the woods. Team fight with a full mouth that don't even matter. I hear a ultimate from the Bat Rider on a Korok. He has his ulti up. He turns around in slow motion. Goes for his skewer away. He's eating a lot of damage. A big rock hits him in the back of the face, in the back of the head, and kills him. And now Zizu looking for the Nightmare on Ike's Mike, but the night vision is really giving him a rough time. There he finally goes. There's that Nightmare. Ike's Mike in trouble. Bone 7 gets lifted up, but that will be the last that Ike's Mike has to offer here. 3 heroes down, 14 Liquid, and all of those kills go the way of Brewmaster, and Kaipi is taking an even more dominant lead inside of the game. Now finally the gold is exploding in favor of Kaipi, the experience also, and that is pretty much just all Kaipi right now. Up here we got Fluff farming away at the Ancients. He did get a relatively fast Shadow Blade, to be honest, but ever since then he's been preoccupied and trying to help his team out, and that's time he isn't spending farming. So You know, again, it's a best of one, guys. 24-10 in favor of Kaipi. What an upset. And I missed that kill on purpose.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just to kind of set the mood for a comeback on Team Liquid side. I mean, Team Liquid, if any team is able to come back from this, then it's them. I mean, they showcase their comeback skills against Mousesports, as we see Fluff right now, you know, contributing to the myth. Not the myth, but, you know, just the storyline. He's like, alright, gonna throw one more kill their way, and then we'll come back. It's fine, guys. Just make it a little bit more close, I guess. Arise moving back. Korok was looking for the blink skewer. I am so sorry. This blueberry pancake is too strong. It's OP. Oh wow. Haters for you. I cannot remove Kawa from the overlay because I asked the ESL people to do that for me, but they didn't. I should probably remind them because I forgot, but I'm too lazy. So right now, Kokas is Kawa, and I can't really take him out of the overlay. I could like take a black picture and then put it over Kawa's name, but that would look pretty unprofessional. So I don't do that. Delowitch or Delowick. Damn it, TL, I'm losing confidence in my bet here. Yeah, you should. No, it's TL just making it very, very close, you know? I mean, it's gonna be such an epic game. Oh, Bulba! He gets taken off home. The ulti arrives, blinks in, focusing Ike's Mike. They might be able to get both kills. Zizu secures that one. Down goes Darkseer and down goes Rubik. Two heroes again picked off by Kaipi in their flawless initiation. I think the ulti from Brewmaster was overkill, though. And the GG gets called. Fluff calls it. It's over. The disconnect out. And Kaipi takes this game in the playoffs against Team Liquid. Holy cow, guys. I get to take a pee. What a game. That was pretty good. Respect to Kaipi. Good job, Envy. Playing a very solid hard carry. Very solid, I must say. And I get to eat my pancake in peace. So please, Team Liquid, disconnect out. Oh boy. Arise. Shout out to Superstar. Panda is Tapanu. Shout out to Soyu. Said Envy. You deserve your shoutouts, boys. Played a good game. So right now I'm just kind of keeping my eyes on here. Bulba still hanging out inside the game. So yeah, I am looking forward to pancakes, guys. I hope you guys are looking forward toward the next game. Let me already let you know what the next game will be. It is going to be Team Liquid versus Absolute Legends. So it's again going to be Team Liquid coming up next. So I will probably disconnect out right now. So there we are, disconnecting out. Next game will be coming up in just a few moments. Thank you guys for watching so much. I'll see you in the next game. Team Liquid versus Absolute Legends. That was awesome play by Kaipi.